in the center of Beijing when a man walked to the middle of the Avenue of Eternal Peace.
All right, welcome back. Survival and Basic Badass Podcast After Show. Kevin, still a lot of things going on in the world. I know we just bitched about a lot of them. So, I don't know. What else you got? What's going on?
Well, another Boeing whistleblower is dead. So that's two so far. There's 180 though. So I mean, I feel like
odds people die all the time.
They got a lot of work to do to take them all out. So he died from a sudden infection that killed. Like he was fine, and then 2 weeks later he was dead. So whatever, influenza B, hard to guess where he could have got it from, but it's difficult to treat. So he had a stroke, and that was it. Done.
Mm-hmm.
So
doesn't sound good, Kevin.
I don't know. I've never tried to infect somebody with an illness. I don't know how hard it is. I don't know where you get influenza B from, if you were gonna. But if I worked for Boeing, I'm sure I could get it figured out.
Yeah, because you're a pretty smart guy if you work for Boeing.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Maybe he just died. I don't know.
Happens to the best of us. Actually, I've heard everybody dies. I mean, it's. So, I mean, the odds of being a Boeing employee and dying, I mean, they're the same as the odds of you or me dying. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but I'm still here, bro. I'm older than this guy is. I outlived him.
Now, you said we had some kind of crazy shootout in North Carolina you were telling me about?
Yeah. So, I didn't. All the details aren't out yet. Basically, they got a report that some guy had guns that was a felon, shouldn't have guns. And the U.S. Marshal Service teamed up with the, I think it was the Charlotte police, and went over to his house. And as they're walking up his lawn, man, he just opened up with an automatic AR-15 and shot them all up. They said that he had hollow points and that those were designed to go through vests. That's what the newspaper said. That sounds incredibly inaccurate. But I mean, I don't ever go to news sources like newspapers for accurate information. But I guess bulletproof vests don't cover your entire body. There's a lot of places you could get shot that'll kill you that isn't covered by a vest. But 4 cops were killed, and they shot this dude. They said there was a second shooter, but there wasn't. That was in the initial reports. Also, there was 2 women in the house that weren't killed. I don't know if they were, wife and daughter, girlfriend and sister. Who knows? But that's the report so far. Turns out, if you're on a second story with an automatic weapon and people are walking across your lawn, it's pretty easy to do some damage if you're an asshole.
So you're saying that owning full auto guns is illegal, though, right?
It is illegal.
I mean,
but
unless
there's
exceptions, there's ways to do it. But for the average citizen and people without 10 grand, owning a full auto gun is illegal. Although I would say if it was really, really your goal, you would maybe want to look into becoming a gun manufacturer with a FFA stamp added to it, to your license.
Yeah, there's some hoops you can jump through.
The way to do that. There's some hoops that you'd probably get in there for about $2 grand. But the downside to that is you have to give the ATF a list of every gun that you own and keep that on record with them and update it at any time that you purchase a new or sell a gun. And then, so there are some negative consequences. But here's my concern. So full auto is illegal because you might shoot up a bunch of cops, but being a felon with a gun is illegal and the full auto, and yet this guy still did it?
It turns out, believe it or not, you can do whatever the fuck you want to.
If you don't give a shit about the law?
If you don't give a shit, if you don't follow the law, you can do whatever you want. So, easy enough.
And you don't care about people? Yeah, that's pretty much good. So, like criminals, or people who want to hurt people who might also not want to follow the rules, they could maybe get these guns, even though
Right.
they're already illegal.
Right. Right.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure, like it wasn't clear to me, and
I mean,
I just,
you have a license to own a firearm, and obviously not every state requires a license to own a firearm. And then you follow all the rules, you someday can also not own an automatic weapon.
okay,
But if you don't follow the rules,
and don't give a
oh,
shit,
yeah,
then
there
you're
you-
down for whatever.
yeah, that's how it works out. That's why those signs they put up outside of schools that say gun-free zone solved everybody's problems.
No problems.
Just got to put them signs up.
No post offices, no banks, or I don't know. This depends on the state, but all kinds of stuff. All right. I just wanted to be sure. I wanted to be clear on this one. Yeah. All right. That's what I got. Anything else new in the world? Now, did we straighten out the Middle East? Is that all good now, or
Yeah, everything's fine now.
I don't need to worry? Okay. Everyone's happy. Now, I mean, that was one of the things. Like, what's going on at these colleges where the kids are all angry and protesting in Yale and Harvard and Columbia? And
Yeah, I mean,
smart
there's
ones.
two
The
sides
really
to that
smart
too,
kids,
because
right?
believe whatever you want, protest whatever you want. It's actually legal in the United States to protest. Still got arrested and got the shit beat out of some of them, so that's
Well,
something.
yeah,
But
cops have to keep the man down every now and again, right?
right, you can't just do whatever the fuck you want, you know.
Whoa.
Sometimes you got to beat up some teenagers. I mean, that's why would you even become a cop
Know
if you
your
couldn't
place.
do that?
Evan, you're a horrible person. There are good.
They say I hear this shit all the time.
Tell me.
They say that, like, you can't just say whatever you want on social media. They have rules. It's a private company.
Okay.
But you have a freedom of speech, but just go to your town square. Get a sign and go stand in front of your town hall and see how long it is before the cops show up and
bring your
tell you to
video
leave.
Watch those, like, audit the whatever.
Yeah. See how long. Go get a sign that says support the homeless vets and stand in front of your town hall and see how long it is before the cops show up and tell you to get the fuck out of there.
Move along. Move along.
Right. It's public space, but you can still be trespassed if anybody says they don't want you there.
Well, I'm offended, Kevin.
So freedom of speech is
Veterans
kind
are
of
all
bullshit.
baby killers and whatever else we learned, and I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Fuck those homeless vets.
I don't know.
I guess, right? I mean, that's what everybody else. It seems like that's what we're pushing, but whatever.
You're mean and hurtful. I don't know. All right. I just wanted to be sure that you guys knew we care about you, and we're out looking for you. We're coming up with the great stuff. Kevin's got big plans for the future, so
big plans.
I'm hoping he does, because I'm not sure. That's why I'm putting it all on Kevin. So if it falls apart and goes in the wrong direction, you know who to blame. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you sticking with us. With that, I would say stay safe, and we will talk to you guys next week.